What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Amon's Toxic ML331 back at it with another video. And today, if you couldn't tell by the hat yet again, I am going to be reviewing on yet another Indiana Jones film, and that will be the third in the franchise, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. And before we get into the actual video itself, guys, if you missed the previous episodes where I reviewed Raiders of the Lost Ark and Temple of Doom, they're on a playlist on my YouTube channel, so be sure to check those out, because I am reviewing these leading up to Dial of Destiny, which I'm seeing tomorrow night, which I will review on Saturday. Also, if you are indeed fact new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because number one, it's absolutely free. I don't know why I said that twice, because number one, it's absolutely free. Number two, we are on the road to 300 subscribers. Just 80 away now. It would really help out you, boy, if you did subscribe. That also goes for people that have been watching my channel for a while and haven't subscribed yet. Don't forget to like the video if you like my toxic movie reviews. Don't forget to ring the bell for our notifications to miss the occasional upload. Also, do share the video because it also help me out. And do feel free to comment your thoughts of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade down below. But with that being said, before we get into the actual review, let's give a quick plot synopsis, shall we? So transition and Shazam. Determined explorer Indiana Jones sets out to rescue his father, a medievalist who has vanished while searching for the Holy Grail. Following clues in the old man's notebook, Indy arrives in Venice, where he enlists the help of a beautiful academic, but they are not the only ones who are on the trail, and some sinister old enemies soon come out of the woodwork. And, guys, before going into this one, I will say this about this. I have actually rewatched this one the least out of the Indiana Jones trilogy. And, yeah, I thought that was interesting. And, most people consider this to be their second favorite of the franchise. And, with that being said, let's give into the actual review, shall we? This is my maybe 6th time watching this, maybe? So yeah, let's start off with the positives. Sean Connery was a perfect casting choice as Indiana Jones' dad. If you were telling me that Sean Connery, if I was born during that time, if Sean Connery was going to be Indiana Jones' dad, I would go like, that's a great pick right there. Because James Bond being related to Indiana Jones, I thought that was pretty funny that they decided to go that route. And the way them two interact together is like a match made in heaven. They were great, like as father and son in this movie, which leads to the dynamic. The dynamic is actually really good between the two of them, and you could totally buy them being father and son in real life. Maybe you can. There's a bunch of moments that they have in this movie where they're great, like Indy almost dies, and there's an emotion moment there where his dad thinks he's dead, and then there's also a moment where Indy is trying to save his dad from dying, who got shot, so that was a nice little moment too. And also there's the scene where Indy is trying to reach for the chalice or whatever, and his dad's saying basically don't do it or whatever and let it go. So I thought that was great how they handled that. The opening flashback scene of this movie, the opening, is my second favorite opening out of the Indiana Jones franchises. If you missed the first one, the first review I did, you probably know what it is. But this opening, I thought it was a great idea to focus on Indiana Jones when he was younger and basically how he wanted to return items to a museum at that point in his life. I liked them exploring that. And I thought the act was cool, how he was fighting them on the train, the people on the train, in this, like, the circus train, and with all the animals and stuff. I thought that was a cool idea. And also, I liked the arc they sort of give Indy, and you find out how he got his bullwhip and how he got his hat. So I thought that was quite great as well. them bringing Sala back, even though he has a more minor role than he did before in the first one, it's cool to see him back because he is a great friend of Indy, and it's cool to see him back because he's the most of the comedic part of like the Indiana Jones movies when he pops up. So yeah, it was cool to see them bringing him back, and also them making the other characters that weren't like big characters in the past few movies get their own moments. Like I forgot what his name was, but the dude that basically always says, okay, you're gonna get this item now, Indy, and he gets his moments and joins the adventure too. I think it's Mar something. But he gets his moments too, which is cool, and also there's plenty of Indy's dad in here that I thought was very well done. What else did I like about this? The humor and effects, the humor and effects in this movie. The effects through this 3-movie period increases quite a bit. Temple of Doom had great, decent effects for that time, and Indy had decent effects for that time. But this one, I think, has the best effects out of the original trilogy, especially that scene with the bad guy drinking the chalice and it turning him into a full-blown skeleton. I thought that was very well done, and if creepy, how realistic it was. And then the humor, as I mentioned, I think before Crystal Skull came out, they blended the humor in quite well, and I like the comedic aspects of this film. Out of the original Indy trilogy, this is the most comedic, which it doesn't do a lot, which I enjoy. So, yeah, and it didn't get too outlandish like Crystal Skull. I'm looking at you, which I'll review that tomorrow, so I'll be on the lookout for that rant. Then, that is the positives. Now, I have one mixed and one bad. The mixed, the redemption arc of Elsa at the end. It does not work. It does not work in a sense, and then also you feel bad at the same time, because she is basically hanging off the cliffhanger, literally, and she is basically trying to grab the chalice too, and Indy's trying to save her, and she's refusing to give the other hand and trying to make it or whatever, and that doesn't work, but you do feel bad for her once she falls or whatever. So yeah. And then the villain. Honestly, I don't know if this is hot take or not, this might be my least favorite villain of the Indies movies, because he feels like a copy off of Belloc, because I think he's an archaeologist too, I'm pretty sure, or a person that collects stuff, and that it's just, he's forgettable. Like, when I watched it the last time, I did not know at all that he was the villain until later, which reminds me how forgettable he is, and yeah, it's just like, what? So yeah, but besides from that, I think this is easily right now the second best Indiana Jones movie, and I'm going to give it, if you want it on toxic meta form, I'm going to give it a not toxic. I do not think this is toxic at all, and I will give the rating an A-. Not Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, but still a great addition to this franchise and a great movie. But with that being said, guys, that is my review of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. But before we get into the actual ending of the video itself, guys, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because number one, it's absolutely free. Number two, we're on the road to 300 subscribers, just 80 away now. Road to really help out your boy if you did subscribe. Also, because for people that have been watching my channel for a while and haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to like the video if you like my toxic movie reviews. Don't forget to ring the bell for notifications and notification when I upload. Also, do share the video because it also helps me out. And do feel free to comment your thoughts on The Last Crusade down below. And if you guys have not seen Last Crusade, do check it out too. But with that being said, guys, I'll see you in the next one, everybody, because tomorrow I'll be reviewing Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which many of us consider the worst in the franchise. So, see you guys there. And with that being said, peace out.